Okay. Okay, very well. So like I was saying, you need to have an edge. One thing that gives you an edge in the Forex market is when you understand trading sessions and understanding the trading sessions that aligns well with you as a trader. Do you understand that? Because we have some traders that trade and they still work. Some are traders and they are very big professional traders. So they don't, real traders don't trade all the time. They have an edge that drives them, that makes them understand when to trade, how to trade, and when not to trade as a trader. That is the importance of these market sessions. Now, we have 4 different market sessions as we explained in the group today. We have the Sydney session, we have the Tokyo session, we have the London session, and we have the New York session. These are the 4 major sessions that we have, and this is the 4 major sessions that every trader in the whole wide world follows suit with. There's nothing like maybe a trader is trying to develop his own session. No, there are 4 major sessions: the Sydney, the Tokyo, the London, and the New York. But when you talk about the Tokyo and the Sydney sessions, these 2 sessions, because they act in a way that is in sync. They act in a way that it's the same. So we combine they are combined together and they are known and called the Asian session. So when you're hearing Asian session is a combination of the Sydney session and the Tokyo session. Now, talking about the times of this session, the Asian session, as we already know, is a combination of 2 different sessions. The Asian session starts from 10 p.m. in the night. As I'm talking to you right now, as at 10 p.m. this night, the Asian session has started and is going to end by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. That is when the Asian session is going to end. So that is Asian session. So right now, we are in the Asian session. And talking about the Asian session, these are, okay, let me put up my screen so that we can explain with the screen. Okay, very well. I believe you can see my screens right here. Okay, very well. So looking at that, we have the Asian session. We said it earlier that is a combination of the Sydney and the Tokyo put together. That's what forms the Asian session. So the Asian session starts from here, right here, as at 10 o'clock in the night, and it's going to end by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. That is the Asian session. Now, what are the characteristics of the Asian session? Yesterday's training, we talked about liquidity. Liquidity is the speed at which the market is moving. The amount of volume that comes into the market, that is liquidity. But in the Asian session, they are categorized or characterized by low liquidity. There is less movement. There's less movement in the market during Asian session because there is less volume that is being traded in this session. This is the kind of session where if you're a kind of trader that you're just looking forward to catch just small market movement, or maybe you work so hard and you only have time at night, when you come back at night, this is the kind of trade, this is the kind of market, or this is the kind of session that you can actually trade and catch just few movements in the market. Do you understand that? That is Asian session. Now, the kind of pairs that is very, very ideal to trade in this kind of session is the New Zealand pairs. Any pair that has the NZD, the New Zealand, we talked about pairs, Forex pairs yesterday. Talking about the New Zealand pairs, any pair you see that has NZD, maybe USD, NZD, or NZDZAR, these are the pairs that are very good to be traded in the Asian session. We also have the JPY pairs. That's the Japanese yen pairs. Any pair that you see that has the JPY, like the Euro JPY, the USD JPY, any pair that has the JPY, these are also pairs that can be traded during the Asian session. We also have the Australian dollar pairs. Any pair that has the AUD, these are also pairs that are well traded in the Asian session. Now, one thing you should also understand is that there are also news releases for these sessions. These news releases also drive the market so that it will inform your decision as a trader. Abdullah, you're welcome. It will inform your decision as a trader in the Asian session. Now, moving forward, we're going to the London session. After the Asian session has closed by 8 o'clock in the morning, the London session opens up immediately. That is, as at 8 o'clock in the morning, the London session is already open for trading. And this London session runs from, I'm using Nigerian time because we're in Nigeria. Do you understand? If I'm talking to someone from New York, I will have to change all of these time zones to the time zone in New York. So this is Nigerian time. So from 8 o'clock in the morning up until 4 o'clock in the evening, that is the time frame for the London session. It runs from 8 in the morning till 4 o'clock in the evening. Do you understand that? That is how the Asian session, that is the time frame for the London session. Now, this London session is the largest, most traded, voluminous, with high volatility session in the Forex market. This session is, it carries over 32% of all of the trading activities. It is very, very large. It is very, very large. Most great news, most big events, most big news, we said earlier yesterday that news events in a country or the economy of a country also drives the Forex market. So when news are coming out, maybe political news or employment news or whatever news that comes out in the Great Britain, in Europe, or in Europe or in Britain, in UK. No, this news comes out mostly during this time period when the London session is open. And this results in high volatility in the market. It results in high volatility in the market. And because of this, trades are going on back to back in this session. If you want to catch the largest and the longest move of the day, it is best to catch them in the London session. And this is between the hours of 8 o'clock in the morning up until 4 o'clock in the evening. This is the London session. Now, going further, the third session that we have is now the New York session. Now, the New York session is also very, very volatile. This New York session, it starts as early as 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes some people regard the New York session to start at 12 o'clock, but just all things being equal, for you to not have a biased mindset, or for you to not be, confused, just have it at the back of your mind that the New York session starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and runs up until 9 o'clock in the night. Up until 9 o'clock in the night. Now, if you look at this very well, the London session starts at 8 and ends at 4. The New York session starts at 1 and ends at 9. So it means that there is a particular time period where both the London and New York are going together. Now, if two sessions are going together at the same time, this is what we call session overlap. Session overlap. And trust me, during the time of session overlap is a very, very good time to trade the Forex market also. Apart from the fact that London session is good, New York session is good, also session overlaps are very good period to trade the Forex market. Now, let me now go back a little bit. Talking about London session, the Forex pairs to be traded in London session are the Euro pairs and the GBP pairs. Any pair that has the EUR or the GBP are very, very good pairs to be traded in the London session. Now, let's now go back to the New York session. From the word New York, this is North American session. The New York session is characterized by the US dollar. So this is the time where you should or you want to be trading the US dollar. Now, in the early hours of the New York session, it is always very, very volatile. But in the late hours of the New York session, that is when we are moving towards the London close period. London close by 4. In the late hours of the New York session, the volatility always reduces. Don't forget, as at that time, we are also moving into the Tokyo and the Sydney session, categorized as the Asian session. I hope that is well understood. I hope I'm not confusing it. We have the Asian session, the London session, and the New York session. The New York session always overlap at the late hours with the Asian session, while the London and the New York session overlap mostly in the afternoon between the hours of 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, while the London session starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. That is that about the sessions, the Forex session. So you as a trader, you should know the kind of session that suits you well. For me as a trader, I trade both London and New York session. I can trade London. Sometimes I just come up in the morning, wake up around 7 o'clock, do my market analysis, go into the market, look at opportunities I can catch, and in just 30 to 1 hour, I'm already out of the market and I'm done for the day as a trader. Sometimes I may wake up late because I also have my businesses. I may wake up late and I want to go into the New York session. Maybe I don't have time to catch, maybe I don't have time to wake up in the morning, or I was very busy, I couldn't catch up with the London session. I will definitely catch up with the New York session. Do you understand that? So it is very, very flexible. You know, one beautiful thing that makes you a trader as a trader is that you can define the time you work, because you own your time. You can go into the market with the right knowledge, with the right skill set, and catch the right opportunities when you're supposed to catch them in the market. And these are the things we're going to be learning as time goes on. As time goes on, you know, the next thing is the best time to trade. Like I said earlier, the best time to trade is when sessions are overlapping. When sessions are overlapping, that is one of the best times to trade. And also when the London session is just opening, and also when the New York session is just opening. For me, those are the times that are very good for me to trade. You as a trader, you might develop a time that is good for you to trade depending on your strategy and your skill set. There is no restriction in the Forex market. Now, going further, we talked earlier that there are so many, things that drive the Forex market, so many market participants. You know, I said it in the chat that even the Nigerian central bank also trade Forex. All central banks, in fact, central banks are the major centers of Forex trading in each country. Do you understand? Because the news coming out of central bank, you know, the Federal Reserve of the US, in fact, we are always looking forward to the Federal Reserve news in the US. This is very, very important. You know, news released from different countries, these things drive the Forex market. Also, there are individuals and companies that also drive, you know, these are big players in the Forex market. Let me tell you something. You know, in this Forex industry, trust me, as a because I made us understand in the training we had tonight that we are retail traders. Trust me, you as retail traders, you're competing with companies, multinationals in the market. You're trading with multinationals, people that are gurus in mathematics, people that are gurus in creating algorithms, people that can program anything. You know, these are the people you're trading with in the Forex market. Do you understand? So you're about to make profit, so that you're trying to make profit and they're also trying to make profit at the same time. Do you understand that? So, sorry, please. So at this time, you need to develop something that gives you an edge in the market. So you don't just trade like for trading sake. You trade with discipline. Very, very important. You know, I used to preach it to people that I work with that in the Forex market, discipline is key within everything that you do. Discipline, very, very important, because if you don't imbibe discipline, you know, oh shit. Discipline is very, very key in everything that you do, because trust me, these people that you're trying to trade with, you're trying to get a love from with, they are disciplined people. They are disciplined people, and that's why you yourself, you have to be very, very disciplined. Now, going further, I think at this point, these are just a few things that we talked about in the class today. Very, very brief. Okay, sorry, please. I hope you can hear me. I had a little network itch over there. So like I was saying, these are just a few sessions that we have in the Forex market. Those are the sessions that we have in the Forex market, and these are the times to trade. And I gave us an assignment in the chat that we should download the MT4 app, the MT5 app, and the Trading View app. Very, very important. So please do that. We're going to be using that for our training tomorrow. We're going to use that for our training tomorrow. And that is that about our Zoom class tonight. So if you have any questions, please feel free to either raise up your hand or drop me a message in the chat box. I'm going to unmute you. You can ask your questions and I can take that from here. Abdullahi Abbas, Jason Michael, if you have a question, please feel free to ask your question. Okay, that's very good, Michael. That's very good. That's very good. Do you have any questions regarding tonight's training?
No.
Okay, very good. Abbas Abdullahi, do you have any questions regarding tonight's training? Abbas Abdullahi, if you can hear me, you can unmute yourself. Okay. Okay, in the absence of any question, thank you very much for connecting tonight. See you in class tomorrow.